Welcome back to Ford DentSide Garage. Today we are going to replace the front cab mounts on a 1973 to 1979 Ford F-150. I'm going to show this entire process. I didn't want to go this far, but it's one of those things. Oh, I've gone this far, might as well do it. So here we go. So here's the driver's side. This part doesn't look too bad, and it's in pretty good shape. But once you start getting down here, you can see someone welded a patch in here. This is pretty crusty. The rest of it underneath looks okay. But when we get to the other side, it's rusted, and the rest of it, from what I can feel, is pretty thin all the way back to about here. Yeah, you can see right through there. There's like one spot weld holding it. This part is supposed to be welded to the floor, at least in a couple spots. And on this side, we got more of the same, as you can see. The other side is a little worse for wear on the front. That's pretty crusty. Hopefully I can get all these spot welds out and these things drop right out of here. Before I start anything, I need to do two things. I gotta kind of measure and find out where this part of the cab mount right here is on the inside of the floor, so I can remove all the soundproofing I put on. From there I can start drilling out all these little spot welds. Well, not little, they're actually pretty big. And then God knows how many are on the bottom. So this is the plan. Remove the soundproofing. Start drilling out spot welds. Let's get into it. I don't know if I said it before, but this is probably going to be a multi-part series. I'm not going to get this all done in one day. And I'm probably going to fast forward through all the grinding and drilling. We'll fast forward through all that stuff. These cab mounts from AMD, I'll tell you what, man. When I took these out of the box, I was surprised. They are stout. That is some thick metal. There's your left, there's your right. Check out AMD, they got some good stuff. The heat gun's running. I'm gonna let that run for about 10 minutes. Heat that stuff up real nice. Get out the razor blade, cut myself a line and try and peel that stuff off. This is not fun. Two things I learned. Don't heat it up. Bad idea. It makes it super sticky and it won't come up. It sticks like that even more. And the second thing I learned is using this and getting it started and trying to peel off small sections is usually the best way to go. This one I got away with a big piece, but the rest of it all comes off like this. Anywhere there's a weld mark, it sticks really good. And you gotta get past it. Uh-oh. Joe. Yeah. Little bits at a time. Not fun. Not on the other side. I'm gassed. It's 30 degrees out and I'm sweating. A little messy. A couple busted knuckles. It's out of there. Be glad you didn't have to sit and watch that. Whoa, will you look at that? Nice and clean. Although it's not advisable to put this stuff on your hand. This wax and grease remover worked pretty good. Thanks, Sasquatch. I just put a little dab on this rag and scrubbed my hands and it came right off. And then I scrubbed them with soap and water. I took a little bit of that wax and grease remover and wiped off the big clumps of tar that were stuck to these spot welds. And now I'm going to clean them up with this. There's also bed liner on this floor. So I'm going to try and get this down to bare metal because when I start welding, this stuff is going to smoke and it's going to stink real bad. You get the idea? clean up the line where we're going to be welding and drilling. We're going to do that all the way down, across, and back up. So that side's all cleaned up, and this side's all cleaned up. I need to make a bunch of lines and marks as to where this thing lines up perfectly. I might make a cardboard template that goes into that little corner there that shows me exactly where this hole is. While I was outlining this with a magic marker, I realized I need to get some of this garbage off of here, because what I'm going to end up doing is marking everything and then sanding it down and losing my lines. The top lines are good where I have the etching primer on the firewall. So there's my plan. Clean up all this stuff on the outside, down here and here, and the same on the other side. And then I can start marking some lines so that when we replace it, it goes back in the right spot. It's pretty close, but this piece of metal is not as wide as this one that's on here. But if you center it, everything pretty much lines up. You're within 1/16 to 1/8. I think it's gonna go okay. Let's clean this thing up. Start with the big guns and work our way down. Put on a mask because there's undercoating and all kinds of nastiness, not to mention the rust dust is not good for you. I do have the exhaust fan on and the heater, so I'm just blowing the heat right back out, but it is what it is. Here we go. Yep, had to run to the store. Back from the store. Picked up a few things to make my life easier. I hope anyway. Okay, we're all set up. That's oiled. Got my fitting on there with my little roll lock deal. Even got a little one. And our spot weld cutter. I got 3 of those, and they are double-sided. Let's get under here and take a look. So here we are underneath the driver's side of this cab mount. And here's the beginning of our spot welds. And I'm gonna drill from this piece of metal up so I don't mess up the lip on the firewall. Well, that's about as good as we're going to get her. That stuff reeks. Mask, highly recommended. I got a little bit of oil in this cap. I'm going to dip the bit in there. This bit has a little retractable tip in it, so you can center it while you're drilling. Man, I wish I could see what I was doing. Just walking around on me. Come on. This sucks. Yeah, I don't like this at all. It's working, but it's difficult to keep this centered. Ow.
You got to start really slow and get the cutters to start to bite. This one's all the way through. This one's skipping all over the place. Come on. All right.
I guess I need a center punch. This ain't working.
Not a good that did. Not working. Frustration.
Put a little bit of a wedge in here, not bending the heck out of this, just putting a little bit of pressure on it so that when I do drill through, I can hear the click. I sat there and I thought about it for a minute. And I was like, this is frustrating. This thing keeps popping off. What can I do to make my life easier? I drilled through a little bit just so I can get this thing to center in there and have more of a cone shape in the metal from using a drill bit so it doesn't pop out. And it seems to be a better choice. Oh, I think we got it. Either that or this thing just broke. Oh yeah, I broke the bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's busted. Yeah, it's skipping everywhere. Oh, there's one. Yay! You got one off. Did you hear that? I think if I just send a regular drill bit through there, it might take the rest of that off. Let's try that. It's so close. There it goes. This one looks like it popped. This one's about to pop. That one needs more work. Just for fun, I'm gonna go to a new one of these. Oh, it broke the bit. Look at that, brand new. Shattered it. So now I'm down to 2 of these. Well, 1.5. So you can swap these. Flip it over. The key is you got to start slow. You need a little bit of oil, and the drill's going to be on low speed. Learning as I go here. So I tried drilling out the spot welds. It's not working because this is a flat surface, and the drill doesn't fit in between here and this ledge. The chuck of the drill bit makes the drill tilted, so I can't get the spot weld cutter on there flat. Here's the issue. Some of the spot welds are on the outside, some of them are on the inside. The more I angle that bit, the more it wants to kick off, and I'm breaking teeth off of it, so that doesn't work. So we're going to phase 2. We're going to cut this right off. That way I can get the drill underneath here all the way, perfectly flat. Drill the rest of these out. I already got most of this done, but I'm finding out I'm breaking bits. I only got one good one left. So cutting this off is probably the right way to go. There we have it. Better. You can see where we're at. We can see where the floor was patched. Not very good in some spots. Now we have some more room to get up here and get these spot welds out so this doesn't get ruined. This is probably the way to go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I can actually see. This is a much better approach. Cut the majority of that off. That's the first lesson I learned. This isn't even attached either. That makes it that much easier. Less for me to cut off. And I know right where the spot weld is, which I'm probably gonna break right now. Moving right along. Let's continue. Before, I could not get the head of the chuck for the drill in there because this piece of metal is in the way. But now I can sit flat and even go like that if I need to. Before I was like this, and that's as far as I could go.
We're through on that one. That one actually changed sounds, and I'm definitely through. All right, we're getting somewhere. That changed sounds. Ah, pushed too hard, broke the teeth.
It's coming off slowly but surely. If you want to save this, take your time, cut this majority out, then you can get at these spot welds and slowly but surely work your way through it until they start coming off. I basically got this bottom piece off. Oh, look at that. The plug weld's in the floor, but it's barely stuck to this metal on the bottom. They're popping right off. Look at that one. There you go. Boom. There was barely any penetration on that bottom metal. It just came right off. This one's about to pop, so. Oh yeah, boom. Oh, I had my hand in the way, perfect. Oh, there we go. Haha, I win. Now for this little piece here, which is the one I'm gonna really finesse off. All right, now I'm gonna show you a good example of how to take this spot weld out. There's one right there. See that little bright spot? So I'm gonna drill it first, and then we're gonna hit it with the spot welding drill bit, and then it should pop off. First, the bit. So once I start to make some damage, it's all silver. But once I get through, because this is an old truck, I'm gonna see a little bit of rust in the center part of the hole where the tip of this bit shows up. Not yet, but close. Now we got a little rust coming through. Now, switch it up to our spot weld bit. Now this thing won't skip out of there like it was before. There it is. Looks like this one's attached just a little bit on this side. Hopefully that helped. Yeah, there it is. Now she's loose. Okay, and that's the process. And there's a lot of them. So, pack a lunch. So after some gentle persuasion. A serenade. And a little song and dance. This baby is about to come off of here. I hope. Here she is. That was not fun. But I did not ruin this. There she is, folks. She's off. It sucked, but it wasn't that bad. Just gotta have patience. Especially if you want to save that piece up top. You don't want to ruin it. You gotta take your time. This stuff's gotta be ground down flat. I gotta remove a couple little snaggle tooth pieces and then wire wheel this all down, clean it all up. Well, there we go. She's ground down. She's not done, but you can see the floor patch a lot clearer. Lots of good metal and a couple spots where I got a patch. Just a couple. But it's looking good. That I don't like. I might weld that back up. And this corner's a little chunky. But other than that, she looks good. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Ford DentSide Garage. Part 1. How to get your cab mounts off without ruining everything. Not fun, but it's done. We're making progress. Stay tuned for part 2. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.